It is important for us to know that happiness is an ingredient for your own growth. I was saying to one of the producers, if this were to be training, I would have sparked laughter in this room. That let us all burst into laughter without any objectivity. So let's try it. Let's try it. Cameraman, let's join us. Just burst into laughter. Laugh it out. How could you afford laughter with that objectivity? This is a gift to us, but we don't utilize it. So this means that happiness shouldn't be objectified out there. You should be able to stimulate it. But what
so I'm there and I just want to start laughing?
Bust it out of yourself because your body wouldn't know the difference. Because your three brains, the gut that is in charge of serotonin,
right.
The heart that exudes that of oxytocin,
yes.
The head that charges dopamine. When the two of them agree and bring the head on top, the three of them will agree something has occurred in your body. And it is more healthier than frowning.
So you would then say that even when it starts off as you are intentionally doing it, it ends up being natural. So
exactly.
Oh, okay.
So that is why we refer that you are a human being. You are not a doing.
Right.
So it is important for us to know that on the top of what we call happiness, beneath is your well-being.
Okay.
So if they can bring the three brains so that we can speak to it. So, you see, when we're growing up, we didn't know we were tripartite being. We didn't know. Even though it's in scriptures, but we don't know the
want us to project
the three brains.
The three brains, okay, so if you can project the three brains.
We didn't know we are. So anytime we speak happiness, oh, you must be a happy person. We make it sound as if it's a fluke, all right? But no, everything that triggers or glimmers your happiness is in your body. So if you check on the screen, you have the cephalic, which is your head brain. It is where your reward and pleasure sits. That is how come when you get intoxicated, the part of you that goes funny is your head brain, because that is where that chemicals goes directly.
Okay.
When you don't eat right, there are times if you want to touch food, you begin to have that tummy rumbling. It's a sense telling that this is not good for us, but you don't know.
Wait, that's it?
But you don't even know it is a brain.
Even without me putting it in my mouth?
Yes.
Because it does happen.
It does
You're
happen.
hungry. You touch something. You're about to eat it.
Your stomach rumbles. It is just telling you maybe it's not good for us. Through the nerve endings. And this is the part of you that goes into the quantum world to know even before you think of it. Okay? That is how come you can salivate at something that is not even present. It is all part of that. So if you don't know that your gut has got a lot of more serotonin than any part in your body, and it's also where we say microbiome, the disease and everything, it starts from here. So if you don't eat right, how do you then stimulate your... Imagine having an unhappy colleagues in the office. Imagine having a boss that is always unhappy. Imagine having a lover or a spouse that is always unhappy.
Oh, we can never bring you a good show.
So that is how come it is important to guard. And your heart is where oxytocin said. Because the feeling, the connection, your purposes, your values.
But Scoffrey, sorry to cut you. You say that is why you have to. Some people end up, should I say, over-understanding that sentence of guarding yourself, guarding your happiness, guarding your feelings, your heart. And so if you know that within this environment, it's toxic, it's full of negativity. I have a boss who doesn't like me. I have colleagues who don't like me. And so communicating with them is very difficult. And so because of that, Obey Juma, you don't want to, open up yourself to work and everything. Does that not affect you personally?
It's a very profound question you've asked. You can do things. Sometimes because we have traumas we don't know. So we set boundaries that... Please, can you project the vagus nerve for me, the vagus nerve?
Okay, so if you have the vagus nerve, let's project that.
There are nerves, there are 10 cranial nerves called the vagus nerves. It's right in front of the spine. It is the only nerve that is not in the spine.
Yes.
One of the job it does is protection, because it has got two assignments. Safety, to allow you to be bubbly, sweet and everything, then sensing of threat, so that it coordinates all your three brains to say, here we don't feel safe. Let's put in mechanisms and measures.
Okay.
But do you know it?
No.
Because if your body knows you don't know, it cannot speak to you for you to appreciate it. It cannot. So the setting of the boundaries, it comes subconsciously to you. Okay. But you need to become aware of that so that you put it right.
Okay.
Because your unhappiness is not my responsibility. I'm not accountable for your unhappiness.
Yeah.
So mine is, I don't need to frown because you have frowned in the office. But see the trick. When they are unhappy and you are happy, they get more angrier because you have sown the seed of unhappiness. So anger will come in, depression will come in, stress will come in. And before you realize, ankerful.
Oh, yeah.
They all don't start out of the blue. So your human body naturally, like I said, imagine you have a spouse. When you read about the Bible description of an nagging woman, it will shock you. The same way you shouldn't dwell with people who are full of anger. So, and because our emotions don't come alone, even though it is happiness, when it is serenaded, it exudes joy, meaning it doesn't need to be stimulated out there.
Right.
It can be stimulated from within.
From within.
So last week, I used the word neuroception.
Yeah.
Neuroception basically means the perception of your neurology, the perception of your being. So that one, it occurs within. And the job of the vagus nerve is that it allows you to be able to audit. This morning, I was having a conversation with Delali. A lot of us don't audit our feelings. We don't audit our relationships.
Okay.
Like I spoke about food.
Yeah.
When you touch the food, a lot of us don't. If, upon hearing this, you will begin to take conscious steps in what you eat.
Yeah.
Because it can stir your moods.
Right.
Please, how many of us can think right? Cameraman, when you begin to have tummy running because you ate pepper last night, how many of us can think right? So if you know that what you eat can disturb cognition, then you want to eat right, true or false?
True.
Okay, if you know the water you are drinking can affect this morning if you were having running tummy. But now, but we don't attend to this source of happiness like that.
Okay.
We attend to that as if it's automatic. So we think it's just like that. But those are messages. They are actually messages to us. Then you ask, if you listen to Gabon Mate, he said his regret, like if he's to come back again and everything.
Yeah.
We mentioned if you are to create anything, all that you think you are getting on this earth, can you share it with yourself alone? That is the question. And that question must come from the heart, because that is what purpose is. That all that I am getting, in all that I'm in pursuit of, going to do this and everything, if I can't put that which I have learned, or that accolade and certification, to the service of humanity, fulfillment won't come.
There are a lot of times where I know that there are quite a number of people out there where they are very reserved, they are not so sociable, their circle very tight. You have to do a lot of work to break that and get into their circle. It looks like, or they think that they are successful, they are okay. They don't allow just anybody come into their life to disturb their peace of mind. So somebody like that, an individual like that, that thinks that I'm successful without involving myself with other people and all that. He's in a state where he thinks he's successful. So how would you convince somebody like that, Scott-free?
I will interest you to note that a lot of people up there we call successful
are not happy.
Are not happy.
Okay.
A lot of them are lonely.
Right.
Because up there is lonely. Okay. What mostly challenges them is people don't come to them for who they are. They come to them for what they have.
Right.
So they don't get the opportunity to sense genuine love.
Okay.
Genuine connection.
Yeah.
Genuine relationships.
Yeah.
They don't get that opportunity. And you can put your own friends to test. Those who hail you and everything, just take your time and say, for the next 2 months, I'll stop giving. I'll stop doing this. And check if, go off on Facebook for 3 days. How many people will notice you are off?